on Channel 13, WTHR Indianapolis. Now, with coverage you can count on, Kevin Rader, Robin Wolfram, meteorologist Bill Meck, Sky Track Weather, and sports with Chris Stout. This is Channel 13 Eyewitness News tonight.
Tonight, an Anderson family speaks candidly about their son's troubles and the system they say that failed him. Good evening. I'm Kevin Rader.
And I'm Robin Wolfram. Welcome to Eyewitness News at 11. The mother of a 14-year-old Anderson boy accused of raping and murdering an elderly neighbor says she knew that her son eventually would do something violent. Marlene Frost says her son was headed down the wrong path, but nothing seemed to help. Tonight, Frost talked with Eyewitness News reporter Teresa Joyce, who joins us now live from Anderson with more on this tragic story. Teresa?
Robin, the boy's mother says that he's been in and out of trouble since about age 12, and that he even predicted that one day he would kill. The mother of this 14-year-old charged in the murder of his 69-year-old neighbor, Doris Swindle, speaks out tonight.
Dustin needs help. That's what we've always asked for.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, he needs it.
Mrs. Frost says there were several signs that her son would commit a heinous crime.
Dustin gave every indication that he was going to do this. He verbally said he was going to do this 6 months ago. The courts knew it.
Not to this specific person,
no.
But he had made threats to do this to an elderly female that lived in his grandfather's neighborhood.
They even feared for their own safety.
We were scared for him to come home. We was afraid he would hurt himself, that he would hurt his brothers,
We found
and God forbid anybody else.
The boy is being held at the Madison County Juvenile Detention Facility, a system his mother says failed him.
We're not trying to say Dustin does not need to be held accountable. He does.
You know.
It was terrible. I mean, what he did was just absolutely terrible, and he needs to understand it.
Mrs. Frost is hoping that her son gets the psychological help that he so desperately needs. A decision whether to waive him over to adult court will be made sometime next week. Reporting live from Anderson, Teresa Joyce for Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Teresa, thank you. We certainly will keep updated on this story.
Two Hoosiers have filed a class action lawsuit against tobacco companies and some stores that sell cigarettes. A suit was filed in Anderson. It charges that the tobacco industry knew nicotine was addictive and manipulated the levels of nicotine to keep smokers hooked. Along with the tobacco companies, March Supermarket was named in the lawsuit because it sells cigarettes. We've received a ton of calls over the past few days on a mini blind story we ran, so tonight we're going to bring you up to date on the problem. The story first broke in Chicago by NBC News. The problem is with foreign blinds, not American. It was discovered that all foreign mini blinds are contaminated with lead. 7 types of those blinds are very hazardous. Eyewitness News learned last night that some area retailers will refund your money on the foreign blinds or exchange them for American-made blinds. Those companies are Kmart, Target, Walmart, and Builder Square. Tonight, police say it was a genetic disorder that caused an Indiana bus driver to suffer a seizure while behind the wheel. This was the scene last week inside that runaway bus caught on videotape by a student. That's when a 17-year-old passenger removed the driver's foot from the accelerator and then managed to step on the brakes. The driver, 34-year-old Michael Browning, answered no on his driver's license application when he was asked if he suffered from seizures.
Well, it was a day of celebration for thousands of students across Indiana today as 1996 college graduates walked away with their degrees. And one graduate in particular came all the way from the Big Apple just to accept an honorary degree from her alma mater. She is the Hoosier State's favorite network newscaster, Jane Pauley, and I had the pleasure of talking with her just before ceremonies began. It's been 24 years since Jane Pauley graduated from Indiana University, and since then, she's hit the big time.
I think my Indiana identity seems to be very much part of the package, what people think of when they think of me.
Pauley graduated in 1972 with a degree in political science. However, today she returned to her alma mater to receive an honorary doctor's degree in humane letters. When Pauley graduated from IU back in 1972, she wasn't able to make it to the commencement ceremony. But today, 24 years later, she's grateful for second chances.
Validation here, I think, that your life has apparently begun to amount to something.
And Jane Pauley's life has. nearly a quarter of a century in television news.
I don't understand that. I can't figure out where the time was, and I'm afraid there are entire years that I've forgotten, as if I wasn't pressing the record button.
Not to worry, Hoosiers haven't. Pauley left local television news in 1975 to take over for Barbara Walters on the Today Show. She was 25. Today she charms, challenges, and informs tens of millions of Americans as the co-anchor for NBC's Dateline.
I used to speak a lot about how lucky I'd been and lightning striking and all of that, and I've since been advised to stop insulting the people who hired me. You know.
She says the secret to her success is by paying more attention to where she is, not where she's going. But today, she's back where it all began.
Part of me is here.
And the memories are fun.
Absolutely.
Governor Evan Bayh also received an honorary doctor's degree today, his in law. And at IU's Kokomo commencement, a Doctor of Humane Letters was also given to Steve Croft of 60 Minutes.
Some prominent people in our
Yes,
state today.
indeed.
Well, we have Bob Gregory, who's our man of the hour, with first weather tonight to give us an idea of just what we have in store for us tomorrow, Bob.
Well, we're pinch hitting for Bill Meck in here tonight. He'll be in tomorrow, but a very soggy picture outside. Again, keep in mind now that there is a flash flood watch, generally south of a line from Crawfordsville to Muncie. That's part of the problem for expected heavy rainfall overnight. But on a couple of rivers now, on the Big Blue and Sugar Creek, there are warnings out through Sunday night for these counties to the east. And along the White River, just 2 counties until Wednesday, flood warnings are there. We're expecting more showers and thunderstorms to develop during the early morning hours. And unfortunately, they have the potential to bring some heavy downpours of rain, especially across the southern part of the state. I'll have the complete forecast, what you can expect for tomorrow and next week, coming right up.
All right, Bob, we got to keep an eye on that.
Indeed we do. Well, just ahead, they're off and trekking in the streets of Indianapolis. We'll recap today's events from the 500 Festival's rookie run that actually weaved its way through the heart of Indianapolis.
Plus, we'll tell you how some lady hoosters came out to raise money for a great cause today.
Closed captioning of Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Revco Drugstores. Revco, a friend for life.
Brian Herta's Shell IndyCar, Bobby Labonte's NASCAR, Craig Breedlove's Spirit of America, Karen Holland's Gremlin. In a race for $1 million, who would win? In Shell's Fast Cars, Fast Win game, it's you. Just fill up with Formula Shell or buy a Killer Chiller fountain drink at ETD and get a game piece. You could instantly win a Corvette, trips, or more. Or collect all 3 Shell cars and race away with $1 million. Hey, you don't need a fast car to win at Shell.
You've seen the ads. You know the candidates. Now it's decision time. Tuesday night, count on Channel 13 Eyewitness News to bring you the best coverage of the Indiana primary.
Voice of the voter.
Our coverage begins with an expanded edition of Eyewitness News at 6, followed by continuous live coverage from 7:30 until 10 p.m., with up-to-the-minute returns from all over the state. Live reports from the party headquarters and commentary from political analyst Jeff Modisett and Peter Rustoven.
Voice of the voter.
Channel 13 Eyewitness News. It's election coverage you can count on.
Information is just a phone call away. Use Custom Connect from Ameritech and any touch-tone phone to get information on travel,
the lowest round-trip fare from Indianapolis.
weather,
Here's our latest AccuWeather forecast for you.
entertainment,
Weather edition of Days of Our Lives.
or finances.
The New York Stock Exchange.
Just dial 630-3844 and enter the appropriate 4-digit code. It's quick and easy and available 24 hours a day. For up-to-the-minute information on demand, try Custom Connect from Ameritech today.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me?
Will you marry me?
They became engaged on Sally and said, I will.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my God, yes.
The proposals never end.
Will you marry me?
I will marry you.
Who got cold feet?
Oh, my God, I'd have to think about this.
Who will say, I do? Wedding dreams come true, and you're invited. Next, Sally.
Watch Sally Monday at 4, then stay tuned for Eyewitness News at 5.
Dribbling for dollars. That's what one group of young women were up to today. They took part of the annual Dribble-a-thon to raise money for the muscular dystrophy. The dribblers bounced balls for 11 hours. If you missed the dribblers today, don't worry. The Super Ball handlers will appear a little later on this year. on the Reggie Miller Show.
Today's downpour didn't dampen the spirits of hundreds of runners who took to the streets of downtown Indianapolis. As Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Bradley tells us, the morning showers were just part of the fun and festivities for kids at this year's 500 Festival Rookie Run.
It's not the mini marathon, but the 500 Festival Rookie Run. Kids aged 7 and up got a chance to meet the mascot of ceremonies, Garfield, and to race various distances down Meridian Street. After the rookie run, the rains came, but that didn't spoil the kids' day activities. They continued to race. In this heat, 3-year-old Justin Wilkerson came from behind to win. Was it a tough race?
Yeah.
Are you glad you won?
Yeah.
How was the rain a problem?
No.
I have some carnations here.
It wasn't all fun and games. Kids learned a lot, too. They witnessed the effects liquid nitrogen has on a flower.
Some ice. So now, the flower just kind of breaks apart.
And learned about chemical reactions.
It's getting children interested in science and showing them what they can do even at home and showing them how science is all around them.
The rain did shut down a number of booths here on the circle, but it didn't stop the kids from having fun.
Didn't cost anything. We don't get a chance to get out very often, so they're out and they don't care if it's raining, they're having fun.
It really doesn't matter if rain comes, nothing can stand in your way.
Kevin Bradley, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
And I guess he should know he looked like the king. The king of the race.
He looked like he was having a lot of fun. I'll tell you, the rain today is not going to stop the onslaught of events the month of May has in store for us. We'll give you a peek.
Rookie orientation will get underway, weather permitting, Sunday and Monday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tickets are $5 to get in. May 7th through the 9th, drivers will be practicing from 11 a.m. on. Gates open at 9 a.m. May 10th, it'll be the first day of Fan Fest. That begins at 9 a.m. Saturday, May 11th, full day. Practice starts at 8 a.m. Qualifications run from 11 in the morning to 6 p.m. Gates open at 7 a.m. May 12th will be the second day of qualifying, starting at 9:30 that Sunday morning. Qualifications run from noon to 6 p.m. Gates open at 9. It'll cost you $5 to get a seat. Skipping ahead to the 18th, for the third day of qualifying, practice starts at 9 a.m. Qualifications from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Gates open at 9 in the morning. Bubble Day is May 19th. The cars will be out on the track for practice at 10 a.m. Qualifications run from noon until 6. Gates open at 9 a.m. The price goes up to $10 a seat. May 23rd, Carburation Day. Practice starts at 11 a.m. Pit competition begins at 1:30. The 500 parade is set for the 25th of May. It'll be downtown beginning at 11 a.m. Then May 26th, all the preliminaries are complete. The 80th running of the Indianapolis 500. Gates open at 5 a.m. The race starts at 11 a.m. It'll be $20 a seat, general admission price. Then finally on the 27th, the month culminates with the 500 Victory Dinner. That starts at 6:30 at the Indiana Convention Center.
And still to come, we'll take you to this year's Run for the Roses from Louisville, Kentucky.
But up first, Bob Gregory joins us with a look at how much wet weather we can expect for the rest of the weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Problem. You could have used some better advice on your last outdoor project, not to mention better lumber. Solution? Go to Lowe's. Because Lowe's experts can show you the right way to complete any outdoor project. With free computer deck design, the finest lumber, and brand name tools, Lowe's has everything you need to get the job done right. Plus, nobody beats Lowe's prices, guaranteed. So, to really get a jump on your next outdoor project, go to Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows outdoor projects.
On the next Cops, a man confesses to a deadly shooting.
Did someone get hurt? Yeah, I shoot him. You shot someone?
But police learn it was self-defense.
He cranks off one round towards the clerk. The clerk grabs his little .38, cranks off 2 rounds.
A bad boy picks the wrong place to rob.
Took 2 right in the top of the head.
And the victim strikes back.
Looks like the clerk won this one.
On Cops.
Monday at 7:30 on WTHR.
When it comes to sports, Eyewitness News has it covered. The largest sports team in Indiana with Dave Calabro. Eyewitness News Sports. It's coverage you can count on. rental trucks. The price may be right.
This one's kind of dangerous.
But what price do you put on your family's safety?
I probably wouldn't want to drive it.
From bad tires to dangerous fuel leaks, are you paying too high a cost? Troubleshooter John Baird investigates Monday at 6 and 11 on Eyewitness News. It's coverage you can count on. Strap yourself in. Channel 13 Eyewitness News is taking you on the ride of your life this May. From the biggest race worldwide, the Indy 500, to that other race in Michigan. Count on Central Indiana's largest sports team, along with expert analysis from Team Menard to keep you in gear. Dave Calabro, Don Hine, Chris Stout, Rich Nye, Paul Stouter, and the Indianapolis Stars' Robin Miller give you a front row ticket to the action. It's race coverage you can count on this May, only on Channel 13 Eyewitness News. Bob Gregory's SkyTrack 13 weather has the seal of approval from the American Meteorological Society.
Well, the rain didn't stand in the way of the IU graduation or the rookie run, but unfortunately, it did when it comes to racing.
Now, you wanted to stay under the tent at the mayor's breakfast. I was peeked out now and then. I thought, I don't want to go out there.
I remember earlier in the week I was talking with Ken Beckley, who was involved in the graduation down at IU, and that was last, Monday or Tuesday. Say, indoors or outdoors? I see, well, they didn't pass around any Bob Gregory dolls down there, so hopefully I'm safe. We'll put the pins in those babies. Anyway, the day is over with. Outside right now, let's take a look at what's going on. We have some cloudy skies again, but I'm afraid they're going to moisten up. Here are the numbers for you. 60 downtown. Out at the airport officially, it's 59 now. We have an east wind at 8. Pressure's at 30-11. That is coming up, and as I mentioned to you before, some showers and some more thunderstorms developing here during the early morning hours. So that's our bill of fare to come during the overnight. 50 will be the low. Look at the rainfall amounts now, if you will, from some of our sky trackers earlier in the day. Mick Saunders in Rushville, most of them out there, 2.5 inches in the Rushville area. That's out at the airport. Downtown, this is our number here. Jeannie Roberts over in Greenfield, 3 inches of rain there. So lots of moisture going on. Temperatures in the 50s in the northern part of the state. 60s down south. Let's cut underneath these clouds earlier in the evening. Showers just along the Ohio River and moving on out toward the east. Another view, watch how these showers leave Indiana, explode through West Virginia and Virginia, and then this trail back behind. That's where the showers are going to develop. You look at this radar loop, this little line right here is going to start to come together. A lot of noise out here, but this is what we're really watching here, a regeneration of some showers. And by tomorrow, I'm afraid, an area of low pressure, a wave will develop on this thing. As it moves in a counterclockwise motion, may pull the front up north a little bit, actually slow it from going farther south. So along the front and to the south, thunderstorms, potential for some very heavy rains. Well, north of the front of the low, just a rainy pattern, but you can see the clouds, and we're fairly well covered up, and it does indeed look like somewhat of an all-day affair for us. Here are the temperatures now, the really mild stuff, not too far to the south, but it's still going to be soggy over the eastern half of the country. Here are the specific temperatures for us now. 64 out of Muncie. 67 in Bloomington tomorrow. They'll look at 70 in Evansville. Over in St. Louis, 75. And, again, a chance for some scattered showers or thunderstorms. So that's the setup. Forecast then for the overnight. Expect some more showers and some thunderstorms to move in. Again, the flood watch remains for the southern half of the state throughout the overnight hours. 50 will be our low. By 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll jump up a few degrees. Still a shower, thunder shower around. And then I'm afraid during the day tomorrow, cloudy. Some showers and thunderstorms. The heavier stuff should stay to the south of the metro area. 66 our top number. Winds out of the southwest 8 to 16. Tomorrow night, a couple of showers early, but then some cooler air should come in late in the night. 46 will be the overnight low. Here's the rest of the extended tomorrow's play. We should start to dry out somewhat on Monday, Tuesday, and at least part of Wednesday. The numbers get back up into the 70s, but also yet another front comes our way with a chance of some showers and some thunder showers. Here we are 4 days into the month, and we're about 2 inches above normal in the precip department already.
But Monday and Tuesday.
Of course, this you don't have to shovel, though. You know, that's good from that point of view.
Always good news.
Mr. Meck will be in here tomorrow, so you guys have a good weekend.
Well, we appreciate you filling in, Bob. Thank you very much.
The big question tonight is, will a Pacer favorite take the court tomorrow?
Never know. Just ahead, Chris Stout has the latest on Reggie Miller and the NBA playoffs. He'll also be along with all the day sports. Be sure to stay with us.
Hello out there, it's me. Everybody knows how much I love to eat. And I can't think of a better place to be than a place like this. Take it away, Mr. Marsh.
Thanks, Garfield. We're proud to have you as our Grand Marshal of our 1996 500 Festival Parade. And to celebrate, here's something really special.
It's the Marsh Fat Cat Track Pack.
filled with everything that's going to make you smile, and available for a limited time only in the Marsh Deli.
So what do you think, Garfield?
All right, Don. Give me 4. Hey, where's my dessert? Oh, Odie, why don't you go out and play on the track? See if any cars are coming.
Compare Rex Early, a conservative businessman with a plan for a $25 license plate. That's right, $25, a tax cut every Hoosier needs. Steve Goldsmith, a career politician who has consistently increased spending and has never cut property taxes. The choice? A businessman with a plan to cut taxes, or a career politician with a record of increased spending and no property tax cuts. Rex Early, the conservative choice for a $25 license plate.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me?
Yes.
They became engaged on Sally and said, I will.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my God, yes.
The proposals never end.
Will you marry me?
I will marry you.
Who got cold feet?
Oh, my God, I'd have to think about this.
Who will say, I do? Wedding dreams come true, and you're invited. Next Sally.
Watch Sally Monday at 4, then stay tuned for Eyewitness News at 5.
Rental trucks. The price may be right, but what price do you put on your family's safety?
I probably wouldn't want to drive it.
From bad tires to dangerous fuel leaks, are you paying too high a cost? Troubleshooter John Baird investigates Monday at 6 and 11 on Eyewitness News.
I think we can hear the chant already from Market Square. Reggie, Reggie.
If he comes out tomorrow in a uniform, that place will explode. The roof will be over on I-70 something. Will Reggie Miller be in a suit or a uniform tomorrow? Most Pacer fans will go to bed tonight wondering that question, and that's the good news. As of yesterday, Reggie was not supposed to play in Game 5 against the Hawks, but things have changed. This is Reggie in the goggles after Pacers practice today, looking very loose. In fact, Reggie visited the doctor again this afternoon, and a decision on his playing status will be made just before tomorrow's noon tip. Keep your fingers crossed. And listen closely to Reggie Friday night on his show, The Reggie Miller Show. Sounds like he knew there was a possibility of him playing on Sunday.
Even though it would be nice, I really don't want to say yes because if I don't, then I know you're going to hold me hostage. So we'll just wait and see.
Now, if Reggie does play, you could classify the comeback in the same category as Willis Reed back in 1970. Mark Jackson backed that up. He said it would be unbelievable if Reggie came out tomorrow. Here's a look at the Pacers on Channel 13 tomorrow at noon. Hawks and Pacers. The winner gets to go to Orlando and play the Magic in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Well, round 2 in the West began today, and the defending champs have some work to do if they are going to beat the Sonics. Sonics have definitely shaken that playoff jinx they've had over the past 2 seasons. And this game was close early. Gary Payton, the friendly role, and the Sonics led by 1 after 1. But believe it or not, the game was tied at 44 at the half. But in the second half, all Seattle. Gary Payton led everyone with 28, and the Sonics demolished the Rockets 108-75. Seattle takes a 1-0 lead in that series. Hakeem only scored 6 points. Well, yucky day out at 16th in Georgetown. Opening day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway rained out. Not one car made it onto the famed oval. This means that opening day will be tomorrow, at least for the drivers. And there are only a few of them who have gone as fast as they will go on Sunday, weather permitting, of course.
I'm hoping the speed will be kind of comparable to the size of the speedway, and I won't be scared off by the 200-plus mile-an-hour speed.
Tomorrow's events, they will start at 9 o'clock. Admission is only $5. Hopefully the racing will get started sometime in the afternoon. Well, along with the Speedway, there was fear that the Kentucky Derby would be rained out today, but the showers made it out of northern Kentucky in plenty of time for a dry race. What a race it was today. A photo finish at Churchill Down. Here's the call down the stretch.
Here's the finish. Too tight to go.
Grindstone on the outside, the winner by a nose hair, literally a nose hair, over Cavanier. Grindstone is the son of former Derby winner Unbridled. Jerry Bailey was the jockey, and trainer D. Wayne Lucas has won 6 Triple Crown races in a row. Here's a look at some of the winnings. In second, Cavanier, and coming in third, or show if you're a horse fan, Prince of Thieves. So definitely a big race down at the Derby. Quite a lot of bit of action down there. The Indians
In Iowa today, playing a doubleheader, a makeup for last night's rainout. The Tribe lost game one 3-1, but they come back to take the second game 5-1. Eduardo Perez extended his hitting streak to 17 games. The Indians will play Iowa again tomorrow. Well, Ray Knight second-guessed himself out in San Francisco today, but the Red skipper decided to keep things in place. The city by the bay, second inning, tied at 2. Jeff Branson tries to score, but Glenn Allen Hill brings out the 12 gauge and guns him down at the plate. You are out. Still tied at 2. In the fifth, the Giants take a 4-3 lead on Barry Bonds' 13th home run. And that's when Ray had to make a decision. The seventh, down 5-3. Ray almost pinch hit for Eric Davis with the bases loaded, but he decided not to. B-I-N-G-O, bingo. A grand slam for Eric Davis. The Reds go on to win 9-7. Good move. Non-move, that is, Mr. Knight. Eric Anthony had 2 home runs also for the Reds. The Mets, 7-3 over the Cubs, but the Cubs are still in first place. Colorado, Andres Galarraga, 7 RBIs. They beat Florida 17-5. Pittsburgh over L.A. 7-2. Atlanta scored 3 in the 8th to beat Philadelphia by 3. Montreal over Houston 2-1. And in the 7th inning, St. Louis a 1-run lead over San Diego. In the American League, Danny Tartabull his 11th career grand slam. White Sox over the Yanks. Boston takes 2 from Toronto, and they have won 4 in a row after a 6-19 start. How about that? Texas over Detroit 3-1. The Detroit Tigers are horrible, folks. They cannot seem to win. Baltimore 10-5 over Milwaukee. Brady Anderson, a league-leading 15th home run. Kansas City 5-2 over Oakland. Mark Gubicza, the world's all-time strikeout leader today. How about that? Out on the West Coast in the 8th, 4-1 California over Minnesota. And also on the West Coast, Seattle up on Cleveland. That game in the 7th. Well, finally tonight, we have heard so many bad things about the Dallas Cowboys of late. Today, we have some very good news. All-pro running back Emmitt Smith graduated from the University of Florida today. Emmitt made a promise to his mother that he would get his degree when he left school 6 years ago for the NFL. Emmitt said his degree in public recreation means as much to him as his 3 Super Bowl rings. Not bad. Congratulations to Emmitt Smith. He's going to be able to use that for a platform to teach younger kids to stay in school, and he proved it.
That's great. Thank you very much. Well, just ahead, a sure sign that the institution of marriage is alive and well.
We'll tell you about a special ceremony where several couples repeated their I do's. We'll show you coming up.
Strap yourself in. Channel 13 Eyewitness News is taking you on the ride of your life this May. From the biggest race worldwide, the Indy 500, to that other race in Michigan. Count on Central Indiana's largest sports team, along with expert analysis from Team Menard to keep you in gear. Dave Calabro, Don Hine, Chris Stout, Rich Nye, Paul Stouter, and the Indianapolis Stars' Robin Miller give you a front row ticket to the action. It's race coverage you can count on this May, only on Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
I grew up in a small town. In fact, I still help run my family's small business there. And I believe I can bring some good old-fashioned common sense to government. I believe that we should move people off welfare and require work. And I believe we should have mandatory jail terms to keep the worst criminals behind bars. And I believe we can get drugs and violence out of our schools and parents and discipline back in. As governor, I'll always do what's right for Indiana. To me, that's just common sense.
You've seen the ads. You know the candidates. Now it's decision time. Tuesday night, count on Channel 13 Eyewitness News to bring you the best coverage of the Indiana primary.
Voice of the voter.
Our coverage begins with an expanded edition of Eyewitness News at 6, followed by continuous live coverage from 7:30 until 10 p.m., with up-to-the-minute returns from all over the state. Live reports from the party headquarters and commentary from political analyst Jeff Modisette and Peter Rustoven.
Voice of the voter.
Channel 13 Eyewitness News. It's election coverage you can count on.
Comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Paul Rodriguez.
It's always like a quiz show when a cop pulls you over, right? Do you know how fast you were going? 45? Try again. My mom would hit me with every syllable. Si sigues haciendo eso. For those of you that don't know Spanish, learn.
HBO Comedy Showcase right after Saturday Night Live.
And finally, the figures say half of all marriages end in divorce, but tonight we've got an inspiring story that proves couples can make it work. In Cincinnati today, over 350 couples celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, and they say that they still feel Cupid's arrow planted firmly in their hearts even after all these years. That's the way it should be.
That's exactly right. Thank you for joining us. Saturday Night Live's up next.
Have a good night, everybody. Good night.